Grace Mission in the name of God.
Priest Joseph Martuscello talks about his priestly ordination amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
Every seminarian, every young man who's aspiring to become a priest really thinks about his ordination and that special day, his first Mass of Thanksgiving. And I think naturally we imagine that in our minds, and we look forward to that special day and what it's going to be like, who's going to be there. So the same was true with me. I used to think about those things, and when the coronavirus pandemic began, I knew things were going to be different. It was very hard for me to come to that decision. And it was a challenge, because something I looked forward to for such a long time, including all those people that have been so good to me and supported me with my vocation. It's very hard to leave them out too, of course. It wasn't really an easy decision to make. I chose to have a private ordination because I believe that I can be more beneficial to the church and for the people of God by being ordained sooner rather than later. The sacraments don't lose their efficacy if no one's there. I can still say Mass in private, for the world and for the church. Right now it's a really time of uncertainty, and with the coronavirus pandemic, and with even now division in our own country and in the world. And I think to be able to offer the sacrifice of the Mass, to hear confessions, to go and anoint and offer the sacrament of the sick, I can be beneficial in that for the church and for the people of God. I think that it keeps things in perspective with what the priesthood is all about, and that is for the service of others, for the service of the people of God, for the service of the church, and not for myself. I would just like to say a few words of what Pope John Paul said about the priesthood, and how young men should approach the priesthood, and what should they think about, on their ordination day when they lie down on the floor, prostrate with the litany of the saints. He said that the one being ordained, who is prostrate on the floor, should think of himself as a bridge, a bridge for others to cross and walk on, in order that they can come to God. And that's, I think, the reason why I chose, to be ordained sooner rather than later, is to really be that bridge. And I'm very, very excited and happy for that. Really, I look forward to just being able to be a priest and to serve God in this vocation that I know that I'm called to. And I think that's really what I'm looking forward to, is to be father to God's people and to serve the church and his people in that way. Yeah.